everybody? It's your favorite box set of Metallica's favorite nerd, and today we are looking at the Purge Trooper. This is a GameStop exclusive, initially intended only to be sold with the pre-orders of Fallen Jedi, eventually to be sold independently once again from GameStop. Shout out to Frank H. He picked me up one, sent it to me as a birthday gift. I had actually secured a Purge Trooper with Tyler L., so shout out to him as well. But now I'm going to have a nice little force of them, and they'll look great with the Inquisitor. So without much further ado, let's get into this figure, and in order to do so, we'll get into accessories. So he comes with the standard Clone Trooper assortment, which is to say this blaster, which is nice enough, just black plastic though, no extra sauce, but he'll hold it just fine. And then he also comes with the rifle. We have silver paint on it that's a little dodgy, but it's there. Otherwise, just the black plastic. It does have like a metallic fleck to it, I feel like. Yeah, definitely, for sure, which is interesting. Not sure if that's even necessary, but it is there. And he'll hold that just fine. And let's talk about the figure. So we have the black plastic, and then we have this subtle red on the eyes, and it might even be, I'm gonna guess it's just paint. And then we have red paint there and some silver paint on the face. The head sculpt looks good. It looks accurate. It's on a ball hinge because it's basically the Clone Trooper mold, sort of, advanced. So you get a decent up, decent down, and the swivel, little bit of attitude, ever so slight. Then you have the shoulder pad, which is a floating piece that sits underneath. This is how they retooled it, kind of clever. And you have the red paint on there. You have the red Tampo paint on the shoulder that looks sharp, and on both shoulders, and then you have the designs on the sides of the forearms. They look good, and on the thigh. Now my thigh one is a little beat up. However, I feel like it kind of suits, the decor of the universe. Do you know what I mean? I mean, the red circles down there on the back, which are actually really sharp. So we have a disc hinge shoulder. The shoulder pad is supposed to go underneath of the chest, which gets you just about up to 90 degrees and around. And then we have the bicep swivel. We have a double jointed elbow, which does fine. We have a wrist swivel with hinge in out. On this side, it's a hinge up down. That is kind of limiting because of the armor, but it is there. Single ball peg for the chest, for the abdomen, so you get the swivel, you get a little bit forward, a good bit back, some teapot, a little bit of attitude with that as well, so that's fine. You have the belt, which is on, then you have this bit here that's glued onto the belt, and then this part is part of the belt as well, which is these two red straps, and they kind of sit, like they go off into nowhere and just sort of sit underneath of these and between the thigh armor and the hips, and it's supposed to hide it. Smart enough way to repurpose it, I guess, but, a little cheesy as well, right? T-joint and ball joints for hips get you out to there, so not the greatest. And forward and back, no problem. Thigh swivel, double jointed knee, that works pretty well. And then we have ankles on hinges, that'll get you up, nothing really down, and a rocker where it pegs in. So, the other thing is red paint on the soft goods, which is, kind of an E for effort type of deal, but pretty straightforward figure. Works like you would expect it to. Some smart repurposing, some really clever, not clever, but sharp paint accents to kind of get you through, and it ends up making a pretty decent piece.
And for right now, I just sort of have them on my Death Star shelf, but depending on what kind of pieces they put out for this game, I might make my own little shelf for these guys. We'll have to wait and see.
Final thoughts wise, let's talk about the negatives. It is just a reuse with the new head and a couple extra added bits in order to kind of differentiate it. It does have the double jointed elbows. They still are a bit limiting, as is the wrist hinge that goes up and down on his right hand and the side movement of the hips. I wish he would have come with some extra accessories. There's some different types of accessories that these troopers seem to use in the game, so that would have been nice. But there are plenty of positives. It is some smart repurposing, adding some Tampo paint with a new helmet, and even the belt accessory, which is kinda cheesy, but I gotta admit, it kinda works. Does give the figure a unique look, even though they're using mostly old parts. I feel like we're seeing more reuse of parts with Black Series than we have in a while, though, to be fair. Materials feel what you would expect. Articulation, for the most part, works well, with the exception of the 3 places I mentioned. Comes with the appropriate amount of accessories, and you can use his holding hand to support his rifle, so he doesn't look like a buffoon holding nothing. So all in all, I can recommend it. However, it is business as usual. You should know what to expect. Don't expect anything new and or noteworthy / exciting, and you won't be disappointed. Thanks to Frank, thanks to Tyler, and thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Until next time, take care.